it. I don't know if outposts do it or not. I don't know if the planetary settlements do or not.
I'll investigate that for you. Just a moment. I'm at Schlitberger Hub.
All right, thank you very much. While you're doing that, I will continue. So, um, I know that because it's a control system, there's always going to be a starport somewhere in orbit, somewhere that has all of the power play bullshit inside of it. I can't verify it yet of everything else, but we're getting to there. All right, back to LA, back to the sphere of influence. Okay, so Kodo Rain is LA. Delcar, if you're watching it on stream, Delcar, the mining outpost, is right there. All right. Delcar is our mining outpost. It is a very good system, the best system of pristine mineral reserves in the entire bubble. A pristine reserve means it basically has the very best and the very much of the best elements in the entire fucking game. Pristine reserve means it has a lot of said elements. So iron, nickel, you know, cadmium, caladium, all that shit. And it's extremely good source of platinum, palladium, gold, and all that crap. Anyway, it has pristine reserve, so it's never going to run out. And it's in the bubble, which means you don't have to travel fucking 475 light years out of the bubble looking for pristine reserved systems. So this is the best pristine reserve system in the bubble, and we're technically controlling it because we've been doing our jobs, or other people have been doing them. I would like to keep this system at all costs because Delcar is, again, very, very important for us and for the mining of materials in a safe location where people can get to you and back you up very fast. So I'm going to use this as an example. In order to keep Delcar, we have to make sure the enemy doesn't take it away from us. All right, which means we need to fortify it. So because it's already ours, all you have to do is go to Kodo Rain and fortify Kodo Rain. So if we're looking at the galaxy map at Kodo Rain with the power play bullshit, me personally, I've already done this myself. The 31% of Kodo Rain is all me, dude. All that shit is mine. I have donated all that fortification. You're welcome. You know why? Because some asshole tried to undermine us. I saw that shit. I took the fuck care of it. You ain't taking Kodo Rain from me, fuckers. Get out of here. So, all 31% of that is all me. I've dropped all that fortification off. Now, technically, I would like to completely fortify it to reduce its upkeep, but it's not necessary because no one's continuing to undermine me on top of what I've already fortified. So every system within Edmund Mahon has two conditions, a fortify and an undermine, and I will go back to the galaxy map to demonstrate that. All right. All right, so Kodo Rain, its upkeep cost per cycle is 30 cc's. If we keep it, we have a base income from this system of 104. So that's 104 command capital profit, or 104 command capital paid to the taxes of Edmund Mahon so that he can maintain his first, second, or third place standing in the Galactic Empire and basically kick ass and chew bubblegum. Now, everything in the control tab has two conditions for every system. There is a fortify trigger and a undermine trigger. So all of you who are all about that undermining life, this is the kind of shit that you want to pay attention to for other powers within the game. You don't want to undermine us. You want to undermine other people. All right. So our fortify condition for Kodo Rain is, as I explained, 31%. All 1,306 cargo that's been delivered for the fortify is all me. I did all that yesterday or the day before, whatever. Anyways, so what you do is you do the whole thing where you fill up a transport ship with all the supplies to fortify. You take them all the way back to the gateway, you drop them all off, and that will fortify Kodo Rain. And of course, as I explained, I've already done that. Now, the enemy can come into this system and try to, blow up our alliance-based ships, which will undermine us, which basically what they're doing is, basically as an underminer, what you're doing is you're pulling out of Super Cruise other ships who are trying to deliver the fortification cargo for a opposing faction. So people that are trying...
The word sabotage.
Yeah, you're sabotaging the government, basically. So this is what's happening. Somebody came into Delcar or wherever and started shooting down all of our transports that are working for the Alliance and basically started undermining us. According to this list, they actually made 36 kills from what they were doing. So that's what they did. And I saw that shit and I was like, oh, fuck no. And then so I started fortifying the shit out of it. I don't have enough money to fortify to 100% because that's a lot of money. I've already spent 5 mil on this, but I did what I could. So that was them undermining us. That was me fortifying the triggers. Okay. So the fortification trigger. The fortification trigger is a number of tons of cargo, of political cargo, the PCAs, that must be delivered to the system in order to completely fortify it. All right. So for this system in particular, because of its value, the trigger is 4,205 tons of political cargo in order to fortify this system. Luckily for us, the enemy has to do double damage to us in order to undermine us. So in order to stop us from being badass, they have to do double the work in order to undermine the system. When you undermine a system, you increase its upkeep costs, which makes it even more expensive for Edmund to keep hold of it, and putting it in danger of being lost to the superpower. Because it's a 3-week process to gain control of a system, it's also a 3-week process to lose the system. Another reason why it's okay to get undermined, but you don't want it to happen more than twice in a row. If you get undermined 3 weeks, yeah, exactly. Basically, I believe if you get, Sovereign's going to have to correct me on this. I don't know all the undermining details, but all I know is if you get undermined in the same system for 3 weeks, you lose the system. Because if you undermine it for 2, that puts it in turmoil. And if it stays in turmoil and doesn't get fortified on the 3rd week, it goes into revolt and we lose it. So by gaining it, it takes 3
Yeah,
weeks.
it goes on revolt and a retreat, and then you lose it.
By the way, everyone, sorry to interrupt, but I have a report. One, yes, you can do it from the small mining as well. You can pick up the fortify contracts, take them back to gate. You can do that. The system I'm currently in right now, we're in danger of losing it. I'm in the Bingui system, so
All right.
anyone who has a free moment, get your ass on over here and pick up some shit.
All right. So I will add on to that as soon as I'm done with the main presentation. All right. So, okay. The triggers. All right. So, we only need to deliver 4,205 cargo. The enemy has to deal double damage to us in order to take the system away. So in order to undermine us, they have to do 11,688. Which means, let's see, bring 5 over. That means they need to get, what, 1,300 kills in order to stop us from expanding, or for undermining. So they have to deal double damage in order to undermine. So every system that's being under threat under the control tab means the enemy is trying to do serious work to us. And that shit is not going to fly. Like, we need to fix that. But anyway, I'll cover that later. All right. The fortification trigger itself. So halfway up the bar chart is a white diamond with brackets and a white line. That is the 100% trigger for either fortify or undermine. Whichever line gets to that line first secures whatever they were trying to do. So if we get to fortify first, we get to fortify. If undermine gets to there first, it's going to be undermined next week. However, if both lines reach the 100% marker by the end of the week, it stays the same. It doesn't get fortified, which means it doesn't get reduced cost, but it gets to stay ours. But the enemy didn't get to undermine us. So all of the work they just did for us was in vain. So if they undermine to 100% and we fortify to 100%, all of those kills that they've wasted so much time getting is useless now because we fortified it, which means we canceled the either effect out. Doing everything in this game beyond 100% is a giant waste of time. So every system that's been fortified to 100%, there's no reason to keep delivering to that system because it's fortified. Once it gets to 100%, it's game over. It's over. Move on to another system or undermine a different system if it's already been 100% undermined. Because there's nothing you can do to stop their fortification if they do it. Because it's two separate things. So once you get to 100%, you can move on to a new system. And that's where the emblems in the galaxy map are showing. If you have a gold shield, that means it's been 100% completely fortified. And it's time to move on to another white shield. A white crosshair means it's being undermined in the process of reaching the trigger. And a red freaking undermine symbol means we're going to have problems in that system. Which means the enemy is either at or has reached the 100% undermine trigger. Red crosshairs you don't want to see. I mean, we can see white ones all day, every day. And it's good to go over there and fortify it. But if you see a red one, it's over. Like, you need to do something now. All right. Fuck, that was a lot of work. All right. Everything else, everybody else can read on. That is the basic overview. That is basically everything that I know about the game. All right. I'm done talking. I'm sorry. I know I talk a lot, but this is a lot of information.
You say that now, but you're going to be talking more in a second. And you know.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, I need to read Twitch chat just in case I missed something.
Well, good news. I'm at 10 million creds.
Oh, okay. So that's that. But yeah. I'm officially done. How many people are still in party chat? Oh, fuck, 10 people. Holy shit. People still...
Nobody left.
I've been here the whole time, but I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom.
Holy fuck. I didn't scare anybody out of the party. Holy shit. I should work harder next time. Womp, womp, womp. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Well, I mean,
Oh yeah. Says the guy who has a really creepy profile picture. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
what creepy profile picture?
You're chubby. No, I'm not gonna make fun of you. That's below the belt, but it's just creepy to look at. Let's just put it that way. At least I have a goatee. You know? Yeah. Got this nice thing going on. All right. So, after all that information, what does it all mean for everybody who really may or may not even care about power play? All right. So, this is the very last point. You may or may not care about power play, and I don't expect you to. If you don't care one shit about power play, I totally get it. This is the kind of no-lifing thing that we did in STO, and it scared a lot of people out of the game. So, for me, I'm not going to make anybody power play. That's kind of like its own, can of worms or whatever. Our primary objective as the Red Star Line is transport of passengers and cargo and kill, protect the fleet and kick ass and chew bubblegum. The whole power play, helping Edmund kind of bullshit is kind of, something we would do on the side, something that's not of really great concern, but, you can make money if you actually strive to do it. It would be nice to have a group of people in the fleet who are worried about power play, who want to get, who want to make sure things get fortified, shit gets done, but the fortification, all that shit, that's not for everyone. And I totally get it. So before I get a comment saying, I don't want to fucking do this shit. I got you. Okay. You don't have to play power play. I don't care. I'm going to do what I can, but it's there if you want to explore it. All right. I'm done talking. Next.
Dave, I think I found a name for my orca.
Okay. What do you got?
Adria?
The,
D-R-I-A.
okay, hang on.
Assuming I'm on the right page here.
D